Looks like it's giant moth season again. Anyone hungry? Yeah, I think it's safe to say this plug's done. Also, it's made me bleed. So, yeah. Plug? What plug? Oh, right, that plug. Speaking of which, we also found a good solution for the non-working air conditioner. It's not going to have air conditioning anymore. Well, that's gone well. Okay, well, it's about time to start putting this thing back together. I think I've got it about as clean as it's going to get. So I've been going through, cleaned up, sprayed a few spots with rust primer inside. This truck really doesn't have much rust on it, just had a little starting here and there, so hopefully I nip that in the bud. Put a little bit of sound deadener on it. Yeah, this isn't a competition stereo truck, I just figured it might be nice to not have to listen to the 4.9 sing us the song of its people all the time. I had a look at the wiring for the ignition switch here. You'd think the ignition switch is out here, but it's not. The key, when you work it, just pushes that rod that moves the contacts in the switch. The switch seems to work, and power, well, okay, when I hook a meter to it, from there to the solenoid is functional. The only other thing that was on the circuit, there was a clutch safety switch hooked up in here. Yeah, I opened it up and tried to see if I could clean it out, and it was still kind of flaky after I cleaned it, and my dad said, well, why do we need a clutch safety switch? So we don't have a clutch safety switch anymore. For some reason there were 3 wires going to it, so those are all tied together. We'll see if that releases smoke when I put a battery in it. So I kept wondering what the funny buzzing noise I was hearing was. Turns out I'm not alone in here. Well, I figure if this stuff can keep rodents out of the roof, it can probably keep them out of the truck too. So I've gone and cut some pieces here. Okay, I got the mesh all screwed in, painted with some cheap flat black, so it doesn't show through the cowl piece here. For the most part, I think this should keep Mickey out. Now, nobody sell the little bastard a can opener, okay? Okay, so the fan motor still works, but it was a little crunchy, a little rusty, and the blade for it pretty chewed up and pretty disgusting inside. So, went ahead and cleaned up the face of this that was all nasty. Got a new blower wheel for it. There we go. I'm going to call that remanufactured. Okay, with that, I think the outer portion of the air box is back together. Noise. Oh, I forgot something. Forgot the all-important, whatever the hell this is. That's more like it. Stay. That looks dangerously like progress. Got the map sensor I'll put back in over here, and I was just reconnecting stuff. Happened to look down this vacuum line. I don't think it's going to be doing me any good anymore. I think a mud dauber's built a nest in it. So, yeah, if you're putting together stuff that's sat in various states of being taken apart for a while, check the vacuum lines before you put it back together. I imagine that would have been a really annoying issue to try and troubleshoot. Mickey, you son of a bitch. Have I ever mentioned I don't like mice? Anyway, they were getting in from here before, so they're probably still coming in through here, given that there's nothing stopping them. I don't have a new boot for that yet, but I have duct tape. And remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. This thing's all ready for a heater core. Went on Amazon, got what I thought was the right heater core, and it's not. It's not the right heater core. I was going through a cabinet looking for something else, and I found that we had a positive battery cable in there. It's got a red sheathing on it instead of a black one, which is nice. The clamp on the end isn't completely chowdered, which is nice. And it's thicker. So, hey, free upgrade. Nice. I'm about ready to stuff this dashboard back in. I think I've got the vents pretty well figured out here. But I just can't bring myself to put this back in the car. This harness tape is just coming off in sheets, and it's greasy, and it's... I don't even want to think about how it smells. I'm not going to smell my fingers. What is this? No idea. Under the tape it goes. I'm not making it pretty, I'm just making it less disgusting. You know, I think you can say that about most of what I've been doing to this truck. And these two vitally important harnesses go to thin air. Because remember folks, if you're taking out a gas tank, the first thing you want to do is pull out the angle grinder. Yeah, Dad's gone and made us a special tool here.
The Volkswagen carburetor wrench.
Yeah. V-dub carburetor wrench, courtesy of Dad and Central New Mexico. Yeah, so that's gone well. Let's go see if we got another one of these. Oh, there's that bastard out. Another bit of Ford weirdness here. One of the headlight adjusters is on the bottom, and so rather than just, you know, having an access hole where you can get to it, they put a little 90-degree gearbox on it, running up to there. Of course, the trouble is, the threads get a little sticky over time, and you try to adjust this, and then rip right out. Yay, Ford.
It's really not that bad.
Yep, Dad's doing a very important mechanical repair on the truck today.
Ta-da!
And no, it's not house paint.
No, it's industrial enamel.
Hands up everyone who saw this coming. You taped over the pinstriping.
Yes. This is that custom look. That is just absolutely perfect.
Not bad for $6 worth of paint.
Mock me all you want.
Hey, and we actually took off the lights.
Yeah, we didn't just tape them.
Shave the emblems, bro. Next up, Plasti Dip.
We care a little.
Enough to bring out the good drywalling tools. Basically the same idea, right?
You bet.
One of them just smells a lot worse.
There you go. Good as new. If you're new to this sort of shit.
Found another place where mice were getting in. Behind this liner, you can see where I've got the sound deadener foil stuff. That's covering up the hole where this little platypus looking thing used to be. And yeah, I didn't put that hole there, so
Twice for getting in through me.
So yeah, that's clogged up. I assume it was some kind of drain. And poked out the screw hole at the bottom so that if it is a drain, it can still drain a little. I assume it was for the air conditioning, which I don't assume we're putting back in, so should be just fine. That's right, folks, this isn't just a door shut paint job.
We cared enough to open the goddamn doors.
The nice thing is the YouTube video compression might just make this look great.
Oops.
Is it perfect?
No. Is it good enough?
Does it look better than it did before?
Yes.
I'm gonna say yeah.
With a spray wax, some dingle balls, our work is done here.
Nice. Oh yeah, and also getting the engine running.
Yeah, details. I'm getting the brakes working.
And the dashboard back
I'm
in.
gonna clean that off.
The next step in converting this thing to a single tank system is getting rid of that dual function reservoir switchy bastard. To that end, I bought this thing a little present. This is the single function reservoir for a single tank truck. I've also gotten a whole bunch of the little fiddly Ford clips. Okay, old fuel switcher thingus is out. New fuel reservoir thingus is ready to go in. So notice, it's got just the 2 instead of the 4. That's pretty much the difference right there, except I am also noticing that the mounts appear to be inverted. So, that's nice. Okay, and that's in. I only spilled more gas than I want to think about, but it all smells terrible, so net gain for the truck, I think, getting that out of there. Anyway, that's in. Just see if I can bolt it on, but yeah. And a bit of good news, it looks like the holes are already there in the frame, so should be all good, and if I can find some fasteners, I can get that mounted up. Okay, now that's all mounted in there. For some reason, the holes for the fasteners weren't tapped all the way through, or they weren't tapped properly. I just ran them through with a tap real quick, and then the fasteners went in nice and easy. I don't know what the deal is with that. Well, I just learned something that would have made this whole process a lot easier. Turns out, that pulls out of the firewall. I assumed it came out somehow, but I couldn't figure it out, so I just sort of left it alone and worked around it. But yeah, this part on the outside has a roughly 10 mil fastener inside. You just undo that, and the plug opens up. So, yeah. So I can take the dashboard back out of the car, get all the wiring done up on it, and then just put it back in as a unit. Nice. Captain, the space lamprey is coming through the hole. I cannot hold her off. Okay, well now I've got it inside and I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. I think I've got everything routed just about right. So, funny story, I went and put all this stuff back together. Turns out I gotta take it apart again because the speedo cable wasn't clipped in. Whoever designed the speedo clip I think might have been the same guy who designed the wiring harnesses. So I had to drop the column back down again, go at it from underneath. I don't remember how it came off, but it just pushed right back on until it went click, so I assume that's right. Okay, about there. Putting a steering wheel in just isn't as fun when the battery's not connected. Look at that. A snake with no rattles on it. I'd almost forgotten we had these. Hello, bull snake. How you doing? I got no beef with this guy. Go kill some mice for me. Or kill some mice for you, but I'll be grateful to you. Well, I got the dash all back together and the fuel system's fixed, so I guess the only thing left to do is start her up. But not tonight. Mostly because the power steering system, which probably works now because we replaced the box, is very much empty because we replaced the box. Well, I guess there is some down in there, but rather not roast the box. So yeah, we're gonna get some more fluid, and then yeah, I got the coolant lines looped until we get a new core for this thing, and then yeah, first start after decontamination. Looking forward to it. So yeah, this video's getting a little long, so I'm gonna break it here. Yeah, I know, cut it off right before the big startup, but yeah, hopefully we'll get the rest of the paint done and the engine started in the next video. My dad has a theory for why that brake is locking up, and it has to do with the e-brake being locked up, so we're gonna tear into that as well. And yeah, with any luck, in the next segment, we'll get this pig running and driving. That'd be nice.